Fixing my coffee. Let me get all over the place. Hello. Oh, hi, LA. I don't know if you were here last week. I didn't see you talking in the live chat if you were, but it's nice to see you. Hi, everybody. Hi, Seth. Oh, it's nice to see you guys. I think I have my video on reverse so you can see my Asan shirt, aka my NASA shirt. Haha. How you guys been doing? So today I wanted to talk about life purpose, and I'll stop making so much noise here. My tips for figuring out your life purpose are pretty simple. Like, they're super duper simple. It's nothing like mind-blowing, but I think, just life purpose, I think, is an example of one of the many things that we tend to overthink as human beings. So today I've got fortune cookies. Hi, Rachel. Yay. Yeah, I think this is the first time I've seen you, except maybe for my earlier live streams, which were different from this. I'm going to open up a fortune cookie for all of us and see, like, how is the live stream? What are we going to learn? What's the live stream going to be today? Last week I cried. I don't think that I'll be doing that this week. I sure hope not. I don't feel like it, but who knows? I didn't see it coming last week either. I am a professional crier. Aw, thank you, Stephanie. Yeah, I try to do heartwarming and uplifting, but I think we all are interested in sometimes the nitty gritty romance, like what do they think of me? It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter what they think of us, but we're human. We wonder these things. Hi, Julie. Okay. So this fortune says an ounce of gold cannot buy an ounce of time. I feel like they're trying to call me out here. The learn a word in Chinese on the back is apple. And I'm not going to try to pronounce it in Chinese, but apple. Well, the apple, gosh, what are they trying to say here? I'm taking this as a personal insult. This fortune cookie is insulting me. An ounce of gold cannot buy an ounce of time. Well, maybe they're trying to say that the time that we spend here with each other is more valuable than gold. Or, this is what I think anyway. I mean, people can buy readings for me if they want here, but the thing that I enjoy, I enjoy doing readings, don't get me wrong, but I just like, talking about whatever topic is going on, which today is life purpose. So do you all feel like you have your life purpose figured out? Or life purposes, because I think we all have, multiple life purposes. It's not just one. I'm going to pull the chat up on my phone because it will be easier to see the chat. It'll be easier to see the chat. Woohoo! Okay, well, it seems like it's pretty up to date. So what is yours, LA? What's your life purpose? Or do you want to say? I guess you don't have to say. AM says, I feel like mine's called to second community. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, to serve the community. Yeah. I think that we're all here to be of service in some way. But yeah, some people, it might be more specifically towards the community. Yeah. So yes, that's wonderful. Your second phase is in progress. Well, that's good. That means you completed the first phase, and that is something to be proud of. Hi, Sydney. So, Seichi Ruta is saying that you have not really figured out your life purpose. So let me go ahead. I'll just go ahead and say what my tips are, which, I mean, they're so simple. It's not going to like blow your mind. It's not like you haven't thought of this yet. But first of all, what really brings you joy? Is there anything you do that really brings you joy? It doesn't have to be something that you can make money off of. It doesn't even have to be something that you're quote unquote good at. Because a lot of times we're better at things than we think we are anyway. But is there something that just brings you joy? That's a hint that it could be a life purpose for you. So I enjoy dancing. I don't necessarily see that it could serve the world in a way, but it does also serve the world in the way of it helps me. It's good for me. And so it helps me to serve, my other purposes, which might more obviously help other people. I hope that helps in a roundabout way. I don't know, but is there something that brings you joy? Make a list of the things that bring you joy. You might find something in there that you could start to kind of focus on as a life purpose. Also, what are your natural skills and talents? We always have things that we're naturally skilled and talented at. And then third, is there something that you have been successful at that other people have told you, or you've gotten some sort of feedback to say you're successful at this? Those are kind of the three things, three little tips that I have. But even then, there may be things that you haven't discovered yet about yourself as well. So, 10 years from now, you might discover a talent that you didn't realize you had. I didn't know that I was an intuitive person until my mid-20s. I didn't start using tarot until my mid-20s. So I didn't know that those were talents of mine. And so there you go. Let me scroll back here on the live chat and see what people have been saying. Hey, Global Music. I feel like your name is familiar. Global Music. Do you have a channel that I've watched, or have you just commented before? I have a horrible memory. So Ellie's saying the first phase of her life purpose was understanding that you needed to work with indigo kids. I guess that's what you're saying. First, you figured out that I should work with indigo kids. Hello, Pacific Pearl Priestess. What a cute name. Catastrophe. You guys have the cutest names. Kat says, I'm not sure what mine is, but having dreams about it. It's not quite clear yet. Yeah. So just ask for clarity. It's amazing sometimes, if you ask for, pray for, request clarity, and then just be open to seeing how that clarity comes to you. Hey, Tanisha, I don't have a list. If you're wanting a reading, go for it. The information for readings is in the description. So I'm just going to freestyle it this week. So if at any point anyone wants a reading, you can. I'll also have fortune cookies, which if y'all stick around to the end, I'll probably pull out a few fortune cookies just because. But, a girl's got to pay her bills. I enjoy gaming. You know what? You just game your little heart out then, Do you do what makes you happy, and that will fill your cup and make it easier for you to give to other people in other ways. And who knows? I mean, lots of people turn gaming into more of a career. Now, career and life purpose are not necessarily the same thing, but, I'd say if what you're doing brings joy to other people, and people who stream their gaming or like monetize it in other ways, obviously tons of people enjoy that. Lots of people love watching other people play games. It is funny, but that is our millennial reality. Okay, speak three names. This is an interesting comment, and I would love to hear more what you have to say about it. I don't have a popular view on life purpose as I'm from an Eastern spirituality upbringing, but very interested to see everyone's else views and thoughts. So what is your, what are you, what's your concept of life purpose then from your upbringing? Because I'm not aware of that difference. Say says, I'm one of those people who are pretty good in many things, but not good enough to call it a talent. Yeah, but anything you're good at, you can become better at. So, I mean, if you are good at it, then you are talented in it. Any talent can be this, your skill level can be increased. Ooh, Rachel, that is a wonderful talent. Yes. I know a woman she translates as well. I think it's so wonderful. And I really feel like, I mean, I think a lot of people are sort of channeling when they're doing their work, but I think especially translators, because I feel like it's very similar actually to tarot reading, because I feel like what I'm doing is translating what someone's spirit guides are trying to say to them. So you're translating what you're hearing. I think that's a wonderful. I think that's a wonderful life purpose, Rachel. Okay, and I can't get to everyone else's here. Okay, the Tarian is asking, will my contract be extended for at least 90 days in Germany? Let me see here. Let me pull out. So we'll do a reading here for the Tarian. I appreciate that as well. Yes or no questions are pretty quick to answer. So the way that I do yes or no is I'm going to shuffle, and if most of the cards are upright, that's a yes, and then the cards themselves will kind of give us a little bit more info, and if we need to, we can go a little bit deeper into it. Yeah, what's happening in Germany? I don't even know. It's like the whole world is a strange mood right now. Still protests going on in China also. Speak Three Names says, in our upbringing, we are taught that life is not what we perceive in this 3D existence. And so simply existing is wonderful in and of itself. The grandeur of existence is beyond what we can know. Well, I think that's beautiful. And I believe that as well. Yeah, our soul just craves experience. Yeah, I'm down with that. I'm with you, I think, unless I'm not understanding something. Okay, thank you, Julie. I don't have my, usually, let's see. Yes, I got an email saying that I got that. Okay, all right, for the Tarian wants to know, let's call upon the Tarian's guides, angels, and highest self. Contract be extended. Okay. All right, well, the answer is a yes, but this is, I think I have my camera set in reverse. Do I? Well, you can still see the images. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords. In this deck, they have two versions of the Ten of Swords. One of them on the bottom of it says everything is fine. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles reversed. So this is a yes. The contract will be extended. It will be extended for at least 90 days in Germany, which is what your question was. So the answer is a yes, because we have most cards upright. We also have, like, you're really good about this. You're in charge of your career. Everything is okay. But I think that you are stressed out. There's something that's really stressing you out. And I think that it's sort of like, in order to be successful with this, you kind of have to overcome the nervousness and the anxiety that you're feeling inside and maybe project a more positive, confident demeanor to the outside world. We also have the Ten of Pentacles reversed. So I feel like, you know, this is going to be successful and it will be extended for the 3 months. It could be that maybe it's not extended beyond that 3 months, though. If you're hoping for it to be super long term, it may not be as super long term as what you want. But just for the 90 days, yes. The answer is a yes. And overall, you know, like whatever happens, if it does end at some point, the contract, I feel like you will be okay. So I would just say, I guess in short, don't count on it lasting forever necessarily. But it will last for the 90 days is what I get. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. I didn't expect so many people to be ordering readings today, but okay, so Julie, what kind of question? Did you just want a one question reading? Let me go see how much you spent. Okay. All right, Julie, I got you, girl. What's your question, Julie? So Julie's next in line, and then we have Rachel after that. Just let me know what you wanted to ask, Julie. Let me spray some clary sage oil while I'm waiting. Okay, I want to know what's Mike's feelings for me currently. We haven't talked for a week. Okay. Okay, calling upon Julie and Mike's angels, spirit guides, and highest selves. What's Mike feeling? What are his feelings right now? Ow. I'm also going to use this mixed emotions deck. I believe this was the one that you sent me, Miss M. See what his actual emotion is. Emotions. Wow, you all are really wanting some readings today. I'm not used to seeing this in the chat. Okay, respectful. His overall emotion towards you is respectful, and that goes along with the guiding tarot card that I got, which was the Lover's card. So he respects you. He sees you as an equal, but we also have these three cards that came up reversed. So it feels like, you know, this is the Two of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like he still loves you, but it's sort of like he's not really sure what to do going forward for some reason. So why isn't he talking to her? What's leading to this uncertainty? He feels like maybe you've been suspicious towards him. I don't know if you said something, if you've been asking him questions about something, but he sort of feels like you're suspicious or that you don't trust him. And I feel like he's just not really sure how to respond to that. He still respects you and loves you. You know, there's respect, there's love. But he's like, well, I don't know why she seems to be sort of like questioning me like this. So I don't really know how to address it. To him, it's like it's an argument that he doesn't want to have, that he feels like there's the potential of this argument happening and he wants to try to avoid it. What's your advice to her? I feel like, you know, just recognize nothing's going to end here. This isn't going to be the end of anything. It's not as horrible as what it seems. So it's just sort of like trying to find your peace with it. In terms of him being interested, I feel like he is interested because I feel like he's this Two of Cups over here. See, and we have the Lover's card. I feel like he still loves you, but he feels like you're focused on something else. Again, you're looking at these Three Cups, so you might be expressing some sort of suspicion about him, like, why are you spending so much time with such and such friend or something like that. So yes, he's still interested. Yeah, absolutely, he's still interested. He respects you and he loves you. Let me know, Julie, if that's making sense. Yes, you should have more faith, and also just try to allow yourself to have more peace of mind. So not worry about it so much. It's not ending. It's not ending. You can see this as an opportunity actually for the two of you to come closer together. But it's the more you can come to this peaceful mindset, the easier it will be to actually use this as an opportunity to come closer together. Yeah, so just be patient. Just be patient. Don't jump the gun here and think that something horrible is happening. All right. So Rachel, or I hope you're still here so you can hear me. Pop up in the chat so that I know you can hear me, because I'm about to do your reading and I don't want you to miss it. Yeah, you were asking him about hanging out with other people. Yeah, I think that makes him uncomfortable because he's afraid it's going to end up in some sort of argument. And he doesn't really know, because I don't think that he is doing anything wrong, but he doesn't really know how to bring it up either without it kind of like making the situation worse. My weird quarantine hair. You're very welcome, Julie. Thank you so much. Okay, so Rachel, pop up in the chat to let me know that you're listening. Just give Rachel a moment to pop back up. I don't want to start giving her reading and then she doesn't hear it. And then we'll get to you, Catastrophe. All right. Oh, okay. Well, as long as you can hear me, Rachel, I'm going to do your reading now. And you're asking, is the little girl I keep seeing in my dreams my future daughter with my husband? If not, who is she? Let's do some more Clary Sage here. All right, let's see here. Ask to be connected fully to Mother Earth and Father Sky. Ask for the continued support of my own spirit guides, angels, and highest self. Can I also please request the presence and support of Rachel's spirit guides, angels, and highest self? Assist me in understanding and translating the message that is coming through. Okay. I do get a yes. And I'm going to explore this devil card more because I'm not sure what that is. These are both very positive cards, so don't get alarmed by the devil card. It could just be telling this, it could just be saying there's nothing negative about this because it is reversed. But yes, this is your future daughter. And in fact, the Three of Cups is, you know, like a man and a woman had a little baby. 3 is a magic number. You know that song? So yes, this is a fertility card. And the star card is sort of like, can talk about, you know, our connections to the astral realm. And so your future child, of course, would still be in the astral realm, so to speak. So yeah, your child is connecting to you. Absolutely. So yes, the answer is yes. I will ask more about the devil reverse, but like I said, I think it's just trying to calm your fears. If you have any worry, if it's worrying at all, I think it's just saying that there's no negative energy here with these dreams. It could be as well, like maybe you've really been wanting a child. So it's been a strong desire and you've been very patient, but you also just really want it to happen. And maybe there are some other like fertility issues as well between you and your husband, some issues. I don't want to get explicit, but maybe there are some other things going on with the two of you that make you wonder how easy it's going to be for this to happen. But it will happen, you know. I also just feel like it will be good for the relationship as well between you and your husband. So it won't just be like, here's a child, but I do feel like this will be a good experience for the two of you overall. I kind of feel like your husband is worried, like maybe he worries a little bit about the idea of having a child. Like, I think he might be worried about the financial aspects of it. Like, am I going to be a good enough breadwinner for this? You know, can I handle it financially? Because I feel like a protective quality, like he wants to take care of you. If you had this child, he would want to take care of both of you. He's very open, I think, to having a child, but he does have some worries. So any final thoughts for Rachel about this? I feel like, there's something here about moving on. I think this again is about your husband. I feel like there's something going on with your husband where he feels like, you know, he lacks direction in life or something. Maybe he feels like you've been the person who's given him so much of his strength in the past, and he's trying to figure out how he can have more strength or have more control over the direction of his life. Why is her husband coming up so much in this reading? He's heard about something, and I know I don't want to go into okay, he's worried about the financial. Yeah. Okay. So if this starts getting too personal, because you didn't ask about this, but he does feel like his feelings are hurt about something. Yeah, it hurts. It's almost like it hurts his feelings to feel like he's not this King of Pentacles. I'm sure you've watched tarot enough to know who the King of Pentacles. I mean, this is someone who has their money figured out. They've got lots of money in savings. They're set up for retirement. You know, they've got their money figured out. So it's like it hurts him. It hurts him, almost like physically hurts him, or just, you know, it causes him a lot of pain to feel that he wouldn't be good enough financially. So she already knew that. Why is she being told about it again? Because the two of you share money, and he doesn't want there to be any secrets about money. Maybe he's concerned that there would be some sort of secrets about money. He's just very concerned about money. I don't know what else to say about it. I'm going to pull a final just oracle message for you. Which deck should I use? I'm just going to pull from this, because these are lighthearted, funny. I mean, I do think he's open to having a child. Oh, okay, Rachel. I feel like that's it. Yeah. Okay. That makes total sense. I think maybe he feels threatened then by that other guy, because the Three of Swords can be about threes. Obviously, you're not interested in your ex, I don't feel like, but your husband may feel that that's a threat. Like, well, if the ex is trying to act like he could be a better provider, then that feels threatening. So the message that comes up for you is thoughtfulness. So it could be, you know, a lot of men have trouble asking for their emotions to be considered. It could be that, you know, your guides and his guides are just trying to make you aware that he might need a little bit of extra thoughtfulness right now. It's time to put your money where your mouth is and have fun showing your love. I think he might need more, like an extra boost of you showing your love, so that he doesn't feel so worried about this ex of yours. Think of all the little things you can do to show a person you love them. Then stop thinking of those things and actually do them. Is it time to hide a note in someone's pocket? Make them a snack? Order them a book? Anything thoughtful can be an act of love, even taking the trash out to the dumpster, unless you're dating the trash, in which case, don't take it to the dumpster, take it somewhere fancy. Wow, who would have thought that being so full of thoughts could be considered thoughtful? Yeah, please don't date trash. That's my recommendation there. Obviously, they're trying to make a joke, but yeah, I mean, if you know what his love language is, I would just say, like, really, like, put a lot of energy into showing him love through his, whatever his love language happens to be. Because I feel like he is definitely kind of hurting, and probably he won't tell you the extent to which he is hurting. Okay. I hope that helps, Rachel. And yeah, he is definitely worried about the ex. So just give the guy a little extra dose of love. All right. The next in line is catastrophe. Catastrophe, are you still with us? Thank you, Rachel. I'm glad it was helpful. I hope that it was. All right, catastrophe, let me know that you're still here so that you can hear your reading, and then I'll get started. I didn't expect to be doing so many readings. Yeah, I don't know why exes feel the need to like burst back in and try to disrupt things, but anyway. Is catastrophe still here? I know there's a little bit of a lag. Yay! Okay, so your question is, am I on the right path, and can I trust what I am hearing and dreaming? Okay. Is she on the right, or she or he? I don't know what your gender is, but let's see here. I love this Modern Witch tarot deck, but the cardstock is so thick. It is so hard to shuffle. I should have asked where you got that amazing poster behind you, but I put my question in the comments. This, it's like a wall tapestry. My sister got it for me, but I think they sell them on Amazon. I've actually seen lots of other tarot readers with these types of tapestries. But my sister got it for me as a gift, so I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure she got it on Amazon. I have some issues with Amazon, but I still shop from them because, I mean, what you gonna do? It's like Walmart's not a great place either, but sometimes you got to get eggs and cat litter in one shopping trip. You know what I mean? All right. All right, catastrophe. Hey, Judy. Yeah, I emailed you. If you emailed me back, I wasn't really sure what you were saying in your email. But I will check it later after this. If it was, Judy, if it was for the sale price readings that I'm doing right now, the turnaround time for those is up to 14 days. It probably won't take that long to get your video back to you, but just letting you know, because I usually get a lot of readings when I do sales. Yeah, I like it too. I was very grateful to my sister for getting that. Okay. All right. Calling upon cats, guides, spirit guides, angels, and highest self. Is she on the right path? Is she on the right path? Is she on the right path? Okay, well, I'm getting a no here. There's I feel like, so that's kind of a very open-ended question. Are you on the right path? But there's some area of your life where your guides are saying you are not on the right path. There's some sort of conflict, maybe with someone from your past, and it's something that's caused you pain, and that pain hasn't been totally healed yet in some way. Yeah, I feel like there's someone from the past who maybe tried to take your power, or, like, because I feel like you have strong leadership abilities. You have a strong idea of what you want to do in your life. So you kind of know where you want to go in life, but there's someone in your past who wronged you, who tried to maybe like strip you of your power in some way. I'm getting someone questioned your integrity, maybe even. And I feel like there's still some pain about this that you haven't totally released or gotten over. And because of that, it is kind of creating an obstacle for you to be on your path to the level that you should be. It doesn't mean that you're not on your path at all, but your guides are definitely trying to make you aware of some sort of obstacle that is related to you, maybe not emotionally moving on from some pain from the past. Okay, thank you, Randy. Your guides know who you are, regardless. They know who you are. Names, they know beyond your name to your actual soul. But I do appreciate that. And I think that's a cute name, by the way, for a girl, for anyone. But I like the name Randy for a girl. I don't know why. Okay, so you knew that you had that block. Yeah, and then we had the 5 of Cups, and it's just the same kind of energy that, like, she wants to get across this bridge, right? To where she, like, you know where you want to go. So in terms of going in the right direction, you have the end point correct. What you want to achieve, your guides are saying that's correct. But again, if you keep focusing on some sort of emotional loss where someone has hurt you, instead of focusing on the people who actually do support you, then it's going to be hard for you to get to those goals. Yeah, it's just they keep saying the same thing. You know, you're the master of your domain. You know what you want to achieve. You have everything necessary to make that happen. I forget to look at the camera when I'm talking. I don't know. You have everything you need to make that happen. It's just, you're just a little bit blocked by someone in the past who sort of like tried to take your power. Maybe it was someone who was jealous, or they wanted to just exert some sort of power and control over you. They may have tried to like knock you down a peg in terms of your confidence and self-esteem. So you just have to let go of that and recognize that that person's opinion of you, their behavior of you, doesn't define you, because you are the emperor. You are the emperor in terms of like doing what you want in life, or achieving what you want. And then there is a second aspect to your question. Can she trust what she's hearing and dreaming? Yes. Yes. We have 2 aces here, Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, and then the 9 of Swords reversed. Yes. It's really for you just letting go of the anxiety about anybody who's tried to sort of hold you back in the past and hurt your feelings in the process. That's all that it is. And it sounds like that's already making sense to you. But yeah, in terms of what you're hearing and dreaming about the next steps that you need to take, yes. So take those next steps that you're already hearing and, how did you say it? Hearing and dreaming. Just not sure what the block is. I feel like it's just someone who put you down in the past. Let me see. I feel like there was somebody that you really cared about this person. I kind of feel like it's another person. I mean, it might be you as well, because maybe you believed this person, but you really cared about someone. And I feel like you invested a lot emotionally into this person. You have had a lot of love for this person, but I feel like maybe it wasn't quite returned. It may have even been someone you worked with or went to school with. I feel like this person isn't in your life anymore. They're not in your life currently, but they were in the past. And I feel like they just didn't show you the level of love and sensitivity that you showed to them. And they may have also tried to like knock down your confidence. Okay, absolutely makes sense. Yeah. Woo. But your guides are saying like you've got what it takes to move forward. Again, I get the strong message that you know where to go with your life. It's just about letting go of this stuff from the past in order to do that. So I'm glad that that makes sense to you, and yay. Okay, so let's look down here. Global music. Global music, are you here? Are you here and listening? I've got you are up next. You spray some clary sage spray. I really want to get my hair cut. It's getting on my nerves, but I don't want to deal with all of the, you know. Okay, hi, global music. All right, your question is, I wanted to know where my boyfriend, a male Sag, and me, female Taurus, stand. Leave them, bizarre situation, third party, family, if twin flame, I think that's what you're saying. So where do you stand with them? Are you asking, should I stay or should I go? Is that kind of what you're asking? I just want to clarify. Yeah, I don't care if they dry my hair. I just want to get it cut. I prefer like short hair. But, I've been thinking for a while, should I grow my hair out? Should I not? So now it's just quarantine kind of decided for me. It's okay. My hair gets on my nerves. No. Okay. Yeah. Kind of clarify for me, because I'm not totally sure what it is you're asking. You just. Okay. Well, let me just see what the cards have to say. Thank you. That's very sweet. Okay, I wanted to know how things are between the boyfriend with respect to third party. So the family members are the third party? Aw, thank you, RZ. Want him to leave them. So weird. Oh. Okay, so your boyfriend is in a relationship with someone else, but you think his family wants him to leave that person? Not his family. I don't know. I'm having trouble understanding. It's a bizarre karmic thing. Okay, well, the first card that I get coming up is the Seven of Swords reversed, which is telling me there's a little bit too much. I think people are trying to some people are looking a little bit too much into things, or they're seeing things that aren't really there. I feel there's a lot of suspicion, a lot of people trying to like look for secrets and figure out, oh, he's living with another family. Okay, then the woman in that family is interfering with us. Okay, so this is probably her, that she's kind of snooping in his business a little bit too much. She is snooping in his business for sure. I feel like she's afraid of him leaving. So, yeah, I think she's afraid that he'll upgrade his life and leave and not live with them anymore. She doesn't want him to leave. She wants him to stay there and continue living there. Yeah. Because I feel like she can sense that maybe he would at some point want to move on. Like, for example, if the two of you got more serious, he would probably leave, right? And she's afraid of that. Or just in general, it's almost like afraid of a child to leave the nest. She wants him to stay in that nest there with her. I do feel like she probably is sort of sexually attracted to him, or has like sort of a crush on him. Yeah. It sounds like a difficult situation. Yeah, I feel like she probably has some sort of attraction. Maybe she hasn't even totally acknowledged that to herself. But that does appear to be sort of the basis of her motives. So where do you and the boyfriend stand? Well, I think that you all are in a good place. You're both very honest with each other. But I also feel like from your end, there's a little bit of, it's almost like you're holding back. I sense that you actually are sort of holding back from him right now with the Empress reversed, because it's your way of sort of defending yourself. Because I feel like maybe you're a little bit afraid of getting hurt in the situation, but there's a lot of honesty between the two of you. So, you know, whatever he's saying is honest and vice versa. Even if she has a husband or not, that doesn't mean that she can't still have an attraction to him. Like I said, I don't even know that she's totally acknowledging that to herself, but it might be part of her motivation for not wanting him to leave. Yeah, we also have the Emperor reversed. I feel like you all are honest with each other, but I feel like you're both sort of holding back from each other, you and your boyfriend. There's a little bit of holding back from each other. I feel like almost like I feel like he senses that there's some sort of impending argument or problem between the two of you, like there's a storm brewing, because he knows that you are sort of feeling more alone in this situation than you want to. Like you're feeling kind of left out in the cold. He's aware of that, and he knows that at some point this could lead to a breakup or a big argument. So I feel like that's what he's kind of thinking about at the moment. I feel like the two of you can make this better, though. So what's the guidance for that? How can she and her boyfriend make it better? There's something that has to be released or let go of. And I feel like you guys will be more successful when that happens. What is it that needs to be released or let go of? I feel like I think both of you are fixating a little bit too much on this other woman, and that's getting in the way. Both of you, not just him because he feels obligated to stay there because she's kind of like wrapped him around her pinky finger, but both of you are too focused on that situation with that woman. You know, I think what your guides are saying is that your relationship will improve when he does move on, but in the meantime, it's sort of like you have to respect his emotions and his moving on process, that he feels sort of divided here. He does feel this obligation to this family. I feel like this is sort of you and this is him on the, you know, up on this. He needs his own emotions to matter here. Yes, this woman is being manipulative, but it's sort of like he needs some sort of respect for his own emotions in the whole moving on process. I do feel like whether he said it to you or not, there is a strong part of him that really does want to move on, but there are a lot of conflicted emotions regarding that decision because he does feel this responsibility to them. So I think he will move on and stop living with them, but you know, from your end, it's just about kind of like respecting the fact that he has a lot of emotions involved in this situation. You know, he's human and his emotions are very conflicted. There are a lot of emotions. So it's just sort of like, he doesn't want it to come to the point of an argument. He doesn't want it to be where, well, do I have to have an argument with you for you to understand the fact that I have these complex emotions about this situation? I think that he will move on and that will lead to an improvement in your all's relationship, because this is draining a lot of the strength between the relationship between the two of you. And he will move on. But like I said, I think your guys are just saying, yeah, just kind of have more respect for his emotions. It seems like you're getting that. Let me pull a final oracle card for you as well. Support. Okay, I look at the vast network of support in my life and I'm reminded of what a superpower it gives me. At any moment, I can call on an army of top-notch people who want the best for me, which means I'm basically invincible. Take that, loneliness. And I do get the sense that this situation sometimes makes you feel kind of lonely. Take that, loneliness. Run for the hills, boredom. I'm sorry. What did you say to me? Pervasive, all-consuming anxiety. Dang right you didn't. So I think it's kind of saying like you maybe in this right now as he's trying to figure out need to kind of like draw on support from other people, like maybe spend more time with your own friends and family separate from this. So that you still have, so you don't feel so lonely and lacking in support. And then that also kind of gives him like a little bit of breathing space to figure out how to process everything that he's feeling so that he can move on, which I do think is what he's going to do. I've got another question from Rachel. I did not expect to get so many readings today. Not that I have any problem with it, but I think that Rachel is next. I don't think I had anyone else waiting, but let me just double check. Is Judy still here? Judy said that she sent me an email again about her reading, but I did not get it. So just if Judy, if you're out there, the name in your email is not the same as Judy, and I'm still confused. So anyway, wherever Judy is, if you send me some sort of money, I don't know. I just need more information about that. Yeah. So if you have lots of friends, just kind of spend time with those people and draw upon that support right now, you know, rather than rather than trying to look to spend so much time with him. I feel like it's just, there's a little bit of breathing space that's needed there, Cat, or Global rather. Sorry, I get confused. All right, Rachel says, just a cutesy question because I'm missing my husband. What was his first impression of me when we met in person, and what are his current feelings about me as a person? Intriguing. This is an intriguing question. Okay, it is a cute question, right? Oh, I'm sorry, Sydney. You can do it via PayPal or on Super Chat, either way. If you're wanting a live reading, if you're wanting a video reading, that's different, like a private reading. Okay. All right, so let me clear the energy here. All right, calling upon Rachel's spirit guides, angels, highest self, as well as those of her husband. What were his first thoughts? Ooh, it is safe for you to love. Okay, so his first impressions were, I have feelings of love, and also it feels safe. It feels safe to love her. You made him feel safe. Wow. Yeah, you just exuded this sort of like loving, benevolent quality when he first met you. I also feel like he was already picturing you naked, which is kind of funny. But like it was just very loving. He just thought, wow, she's like an angel walking the earth. You just seem so loving to him. I feel like when the two of you first met, he was already kind of imagining you naked, but also like he could already sort of picture himself being your husband, or at the very least, like in a significant relationship. Like he was already viewing you as like girlfriend, or more likely like wifey material, even when you first met. First impression was she is wifey material. She's an angel walking the earth, and I feel safe. I feel safe with her. I feel like he, I don't know, like what context you first met, but he saw you as someone who's intelligent, maybe creative, a hard worker, someone who puts a lot of work into your passions. I feel like the first time he saw you, you probably weren't looking at him. You were occupied with something else, and he got to see you before you actually looked his way. So I feel like he had this freedom to really take you all in without you being aware of it. But I feel like he was also like a little bit nervous maybe about initiating contact with you, because maybe he thought, well, she kind of looks like she's not in the mood to talk, or not in the mood to interact or something. Rachel saying, we got married with his family in attendance the first time we met in person, after having chatted online as friends for almost 4 years. So we're a newer couple. He probably saw me as I was looking for him in the crowd at the airport. Probably. That's so interesting. Okay, well, it's no wonder he saw you as wifey material. Yeah. It's funny, even on this card, it's the same thing. My webcam isn't the best, so you can't really see it, but this woman is up on this horse, and she doesn't see this man down here, but he's looking up at her. Again, my camera quality doesn't show it, but like, but yeah, I feel like you were looking in the other direction. All right, the second part of your question was, what are his current feelings about you as a person? Let's pull another romance, angels. What are his current feelings about her as a person? You deserve love. I feel like he sees you as brave and courageous as well. Like, you know where you're going in life. Like, you have a lot of self-determination. You are lovable. He thinks you're very lovable, which I, not that I know you in person, but just in my interactions with you online, I would say true. I would agree with him there. So, yeah, I mean, he feels like the two of you, this is the 10 of Pentacles, like, he feels like the two of you are going to be together forever till death do us part. Like, he absolutely believes this is a successful marriage, that the two of you will love each other into old age, that you'll grow old together. I feel like he is excited about that, the fact that you're going to be by each other's sides. You know, he feels like you're a very responsible, dependable person. You're someone that he can rely upon. He also feels like you're so wise. Like, he's very impressed just with your perspective on things. He feels like he loves the way that you think about things. I feel like he just feels like you're very wise. Gosh, very spiritual. I feel like he, you know, maybe you all talk about spirituality, but either way, like, he's very aware that you're someone who's super duper in touch with your spirituality, and that it helps bring you this focus and drive in your life. Like, maybe he sees you as being guided by your spirituality. He just views you, again, like, as a very loving person. We have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. I feel like he also thinks that you have much more potential than you've actually tapped into, that there's you have a lot of talents, and it's like some of those talents are yet to be completely fulfilled. So he feels like you're someone who has a lot of promise. And this is like, especially as it relates to like career, money, life purpose. He feels like you're going to achieve a lot. I feel like also he knows that you would never use him for money. Like, he knows that the relationship is not based on that. You're not a materialistic person. You're much more of a spiritual person than that. But he also, like, he's comforted by the fact that you're someone who can, you know, take care of yourself. He also feels like you're the type of person who you'll put somebody in their place if you need to. And I think he kind of admires that about you. Like, it's like he feels protective towards you, but he also knows that he doesn't necessarily have to be protective, because you can take care of yourself. You can stand up for yourself. Yeah, again, he feels like you're trying to achieve something in your life, career-wise and or money-wise, and maybe you feel like you haven't gotten exactly to where you want to, but he sees the potential. Like, he knows that you're going to succeed, I feel like. All right. Whoops. All right. So any final message? Just one final card here for Rachel. It's just like, you know, just there's nothing to worry about here. This is peaceful. The Four of Swords. There's absolutely nothing to worry about. I don't think that you were worried anyway, but if you were, it's small potatoes. Like, every relationship has problems to some degree. Your problems are pretty small potatoes, and it's just like normal relationship stuff, I feel like. So that's just the final message. This is a good solid relationship. Nothing to worry about here. Hi, lovingly. Okay, how does this man I keep thinking about feeling about me? Now, I'm asking for 1111 for a one question reading, but that's okay. You probably weren't aware. So I'm just going to do maybe a little shorter reading for you. But how does he feel? You deserve love coming out again. He feels like you're very lovable. It is safe for you to love. How am I pulling out the same cards? I just shuffled these. So let's see. How does he feel about you? Wow. He feels you're very sexy. He also feels like you're just a very strong person. I also get courageous. What does he feel like she's courageous? about? He just feels like you're a very passionate person. You're not afraid to go after what you want in life. You're sort of adventurous. He just feels like you're brave. You're not scared of anything. You'll do what you want to do in life. You're not afraid to try new things. And then we have the Two of Cups. Like, he definitely feels very sweet and tender emotions towards you. He kind of thinks that I think he thinks that you're probably single, but he sees you as sort of a private person. He sees you as being sort of a private person, but also like probably more of an introvert. But gosh, he's very aware that you have these big dreams or visions in your life, like goals that you're working towards. So I feel like he feels very proud of you about that. Anything else about how he feels? He's not sure if you're really open to him. He's not really sure if it's either he's not sure if you're ready for new love, or he's not sure if you are receptive to him specifically. But he thinks you deserve love. He thinks you deserve love, but he's not sure if you're willing to accept it yet. I'm asking for advice for you, and it's the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like the advice is kind of like to just keep focusing on yourself, because you do have those visions that you're trying to create for yourself. So it's kind of like, keep working on those things because they will pay off. Yeah. Your guides just want to talk to you more so about your career. They want you to keep the faith and keep working at your career/money, because you're going to make a lot of progress. Any final thoughts about this guy's feelings for Lovingly Crafted? His feelings for you are equal to your own, and there is a good balance of energy here. The balance between the two of you is very good. So however strong your feelings are, that's how strong his feelings are. And there will be something more to come of it, Lovingly. There will be more to come of this. But in the meantime, your guys kind of just want you to focus on continuing to work towards your own personal goals. All right, so that's what I'm getting. I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope it was helpful. Whew. All right, so I think that's everybody. I don't know if Judy is still here. She popped in earlier to say that she sent me some sort of confirmation. I didn't get that email, so just letting you know. I never got any email from someone who said that their name was Judy, so I'm very confused. Thank you, Say. Thank you, Lovingly. I'm glad that it was. So there are 15 of you left, but just as a little niceness, I'm going to pull some free fortune cookies. And I'm going to do 3 of these, and it's going to be, if you were here last week, it's going to be the same thing. Pick a number between 1 and 100. Go ahead and type your number in, a number between 1 and 100. And I'm going to write a number down. I have a number written on the other side of this card. If you win, I will pull a free fortune cookie message for you. So give this a moment. This will be how we'll wrap up today. We didn't really get to talk as much about life purpose as what I had intended, because we had a lot of readings today. So if any of you have a question about your life purpose, maybe your fortune cookie will answer that for you. So I'll give you all a moment. So thank you all as well for showing up today. Oh, I'm sorry, Sydney. Just so you know, though, Sydney, if you want a video, a personalized video reading, those are pretty cheap right now because you can buy something from my Amazon wish list. And I have some items that are just like $8 or $8, $9, $10 on my Amazon wish list. So if you want a video reading, the details for all of that sale are in my description box as well. You can also, we have another reading from Lala. Okay, has everyone posted their guess? So the number is 77. So that's say Charuta. It's so nice of you to let me just call you Say. So this is 77. My camera's reversing things, so it probably looks weird, but you are the winner of the fortune cookie reading. Did you have a question to ask, or you just want to hear what your fortune is? Woohoo! Yeah. And I'm intuitively picking which fortune it is. Out of the three here, it's this one. This is the answer. Yes, thank you, Lala. Let me do this fortune cookie reading, and then I'll get to Lala's reading. I'm going to try to do 3 fortune cookie readings before we wrap up here. All right. Completely open. Okay. Guys, let us know. What does she need to know? What does Say need to know? I love fortune cookies. Do you guys like them? It's like the best part of eating at a Mexican restaurant are the free chips, and the best part of eating at a Chinese restaurant are the free fortune cookies. Okay. So your fortune says, this is random, cooking is easy, good taste is hard. That's why you call takeout? What? This is bogus. And the word on the back to learn is please. I'm going to pull some clarifiers. What is this message trying to say here? Cooking is easy. Good taste is hard. That's why you call takeout. It's funny because I was just talking about eating out. Cooking is easy. Good taste is hard. I kind of feel like maybe you are doubting your creative vision or something. Like, I feel like you're a very creative person. So maybe you're doubting your own taste, your own kind of like artistic taste or something like that. Maybe you're looking for other people. Maybe you're upholding other people as having more of an artistic talent or a better sort of aesthetic vision than you. I don't know. But I feel like your guides want you to see things a little bit more clearly, Say. Have more faith in yourself, I feel like. That whatever it is you're cooking up in your life is better than what you think it is. I feel like they just want you to have more confidence. These Queen of Wands and the Emperor are both like fiery, passionate cards. But maybe you're lacking a little bit of faith in yourself. I'm amazing. Well, that's nice. The Secret Garden messages. I have not heard of those, Sydney, but I am intrigued. Whew. All right. All right, Lala, what are my gifts and talents? How do I mobilize them in my life purpose? I've been in a foggy cycle since 2007. I feel I could regain a sense of purpose and satisfaction if I just knew where to focus. Let me see. I have a life purpose deck specifically, and I should have already had it out considering our topic today, but now I'm probably not going to be able to find it. So I need to... Found it. I need to be more organized. It's not my strong suit. Can any of you relate? Am I the only one who sucks at being organized? All right. So calling on Lala's, spirit guides, angels, and highest self. I ask for support, loving, helpful support as well, and my ability to understand and translate the message coming through. Just sprayed myself in the face, which I do it purposely, but that time it kind of made me gasp a little bit. All right. I'll definitely look them up, Sydney. I have so many decks right now. I don't really need any more decks. But sometimes I want them anyway. All right. Life purpose for Lala. We have writing. So are you already aware of having a particular skill or talent as it relates to writing? Because it says you heal, inspire, teach, and entertain with the words that you write. So that's one thing that I'm getting for you. Speaker. Woo, definitely communications of some kind. Written and or spoken communication. I mean, that's strong. Out of the whole deck, these are the two. Communication. You're meant to be communicating. If you know anything about astrology, Lala, I would look at your astrology chart and focus on where Mercury is located in your chart. What's going on with the planet Mercury in your astrological chart? Because that has to do with communication as well. You definitely have strong communication abilities. So the second part of your question was, how do you mobilize those? So communication, but how do you mobilize those in your life purpose? 10 of Swords. So the swords are also about communication. I feel like maybe you're supposed to turn your own pain into some sort of written or spoken communication. Write about your pain. You're also definitely meant to, your writing is meant to sort of teach other people. So it could be that you're taking the pain that you've experienced in your life because it's led you to learn a lot of things, and communicate what you've learned. What has your pain taught you? Because what you've learned about it, you can then teach that to other people so that they can learn from it. Yeah, and again, Page of Swords, this is about communication. Also, this is telling you to kind of like just be willing to give it a try, you know? Like there's something related to communicating in the way that I've described that maybe you haven't been willing yet to take the risk on. Or, you know, you might feel like, well, I'm just getting started. But they're saying, go ahead, you know, continue to, you have to start the journey somewhere. So don't look down on yourself for the fact that you're not where you want to be. Life is a journey. We don't get to where we want to be without taking the journey. So you have to honor and respect where you are now. So be willing to just take risks. Start communicating. Written and spoken communication. Just trust. Gemini, midheaven, Mercury and Leo, 12th house. Yeah. So you already know this. You know your astrology enough to know that you're supposed to be writing, speaking, communicating. Gemini, midheaven. You already know this. And then Mercury and Leo, 12th house. You, again, yes, that's someone who can teach people spiritual truths or like truths about your unconscious, bringing the unconscious into the conscious, bringing things that have been secret out into the light so that people can learn from them. And also, of course, with Leo, it's about being willing for people to see you. If you have Leo in the 12th house, you have a light to shine, but maybe that light gets a little bit hidden. Yeah, I do feel like when you start communicating about the pain that you've experienced in your life, maybe you've been holding back because you're afraid that it will cause some sort of upheaval, because it will bring some secrets maybe out into the light. Secrets related to how you've been hurt. And I think that you have a lot of fears. There's definitely a lot that's sort of secretive. And you are afraid of how to bring those secrets out into the light. But, sometimes, you're probably a very empathic person, and maybe you're afraid that bringing this pain that you've experienced, like talking about the pain that you've experienced, I feel like you don't want to hurt anyone else's feelings, maybe. And with the Queen of Swords, again, this is about communication as well. It's sort of like, sometimes the truth is more important than people's feelings. And I think that's hard for us to accept when we're empathic people, because we feel other people's emotions so strongly. But sometimes speaking your truth is more important than the fact that it might hurt the feelings of someone who hurt you, and that just shows how empathic of a person you are, that you're concerned about hurting the feelings of someone who hurt you. I feel like that's sort of what's going on here. Any final thoughts for her? We have 3 of Wands, and it wanted to come up reverse. So again, I do feel like there's a lot of internal resistance. So in terms of that part of your question about, how to fulfill this talent that you have, you just have to get past your own internal resistance. And you're saying, wow, this makes sense. Resistance to sharing my personal life, and have realized that I need to let the professional veneer fall. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm getting for you. But, like, you already have invested in this. You've practiced writing, you've practiced speaking. So it's not like you don't have any experience here. This is also just a word of patience. Be patient with yourself, be patient with the process. Again, back to that whole taking the journey. This is about, she wants to harvest, right? The 7 of Pentacles is like a farmer who wants to harvest the fruits of their labor, and maybe feeling a little bit impatient that the harvest hasn't arrived yet. But, everything has to happen in its own timing. Like, have you ever seen when people set up these intricate domino things, where they set up all these domino pieces, and then you get to the point where you get to knock over the first domino and it sets it all into motion? This is sort of like being impatient for that moment where the dominoes get knocked over, but you have to set up the dominoes first. There are things that have to be set up and implemented. There's work that has to go into this before you reap the harvest that you want to reap from this. So it's just kind of like, another message of this as well is like, think about which, there are many ways that you can speak and write. There are many ways to do that. And they're just thinking about, when you look at how you put effort into this already, which areas seem to be paying off more than other areas? Do you want to continue to put effort into the areas that are not paying off? Maybe, maybe not. Just because they aren't paying off yet still doesn't mean that they won't. So it's just like, allow yourself a moment to think about it. If there is some sort of internal resistance, then that's okay. Be patient with yourself as well. Maybe just, spend some moments in quiet contemplation. You don't have to act suddenly about this. Yeah. I think you're just being called to sort of like think deeply about it. What does it all mean to you in terms of your own personal happiness? So I'm glad that it resonates a lot. Thank you so much, Lala. That was an enjoyable reading to do. Okay. All right. Well, I have 2 more fortune cookies. So again, pick a number between 1 and 100. Pick a number between 1 and 100. I've got a number written on the other side of this card. We'll get another fortune cookie. Yeah, you can still purchase a fortune cookie, but Miss M, if you're wanting one, you can have it for free. You're always here helping me out, so I'll give a moment for people to choose their number between 1 and 100, and we'll give you another fortune cookie with some tarot cards to elaborate if necessary. I love fortune cookies. They're so fun. Yeah, you can still purchase a fortune cookie, but I'm about to wrap it up. I appreciate a lot of people got readings today. It was nice. So I'm sorry there was less time for us to talk about our topic today, but we still got in a little bit of. You always get a package for New Year's Eve. That's nice. Somebody sent me these from my wish list. These fortune cookies. All right. I'll wait a few more seconds for people. Not only 3 of you have put out a number so far. Yeah, you're welcome, Lala. While we're waiting, does anyone have an idea? I have a couple of picket cards that I've already recorded. I know I haven't posted one in a while. So I have a couple that I've recorded, but if anyone has any topics that they would want to see me post in a pick a card video, you can throw those out. Throw out those ideas. I can't promise anything, but I do appreciate you sharing your ideas. Or just something that you've been particularly wanting to see in a pick a card reading. Okay, it looks like we've only got 3 people who want to participate. Or 4. Okay, so the number is 33. Who is closest? I think it might be Gabriella. 26. I think it's really close to, I suck at math, guys. Is it speak 3 names or is it Gabriella? I think I'm just going to give one to each of you so that we don't have to do this guessing game again. So I'll give Gabriella a fortune cookie and speak 3 names, and then that will wrap us up. So, because you 2 got the closest. The one about narcissistic relationships. Okay, yeah, I've been thinking about that for a while, Sydney. So yeah, thank you. I think that I will do that. So this is for Gabriella. Gabriella, do you have a question you want to ask before I open this? Or you just want to leave it open-ended? And then we'll be wrapping it up. You are welcome. If you have a question, speak 3 names, you can go ahead and post it as well. A question to pose to your fortune cookie. I always do this, actually. Whenever I get fortune cookies, I generally will ask a question first. Okay. Just waiting to see if Gabriella, if you have a question that you want to ask when I open this fortune cookie, because I will pull some tarot to help elaborate on the message on the fortune cookie as well. So speak 3 names or Gabriella, do you just want like general reading or do you have a question to pose? I think we've got a little bit of a lag going on here. Speak 3 names. What does my crush think of me? Otherwise, I'm open. Okay. Actually, let's see. That's definitely Gabriella's. I feel like speak 3 names. Which? Okay. does your crush think of you? Okay. What does Speak Three Names crush think of her? Oh, no wonder I had to choose a different fortune cookie, because this is the one. A secret admirer will soon send you a sign of affection. So I feel like this person secretly likes you back more than you realize. And the learn Chinese word on the back is blue. Yeah, which could be about the throat chakra. I feel like this person will be making their affections known to you. So obviously they return the crush. Oh, it's definitely about your crush here. Yes. Oh my God. I feel like this person might ask you out on a date or something, or they're just going to try to spend time with you. I mean, I know we're in quarantine, so dates are a little bit different now, but they want to spend more time with you in some fashion. And I feel like they'll be communicating that to you. This person your crush definitely wants to get closer to you. The feelings are definitely mutual. You know, and this is a serious interest. It isn't like a hit it and quit it type of interest. Wow, you're blushing. This is so sweet. Oh my God, this person is so into you. They really want to talk to you. They want to be honest. 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups. This person's really into you. Yeah, there's going to be something positive happen here. Oh, yeah, but your crush is going to say something though. They're going to be pursuing this. They feel it too. Oh my gosh, this is really sweet. That's so nice. All right, so Gabriella, that was nice. That's a nice way to end the live chat. I'm so glad. That's really sweet. All right. So Gabriella, general message. Whoa. Don't give us something about cooking. We don't need those messages like the one we had before. Am I the only person who actually likes the taste of fortune cookies too? Like, I actually kind of like the way they taste. Okay. I love this message, Gabriella. It says, be unconventional, even visionary. Be unconventional, even visionary. So maybe you doubt yourself, or you're like, well, I'm too weird. You know, I'm too weird. I'm too unusual. But this is saying like you are unconventional for a reason. It allows you to sort of envision possibilities that other people can't envision. And the word on the back for Learn Chinese is living room. So something about your living room, maybe just sitting in your living room is a place where your mind naturally, maybe when you're in your living room, you spend a lot of time in your head sort of envisioning things for yourself. In any case, I feel like you're being supported to continue doing that. Like keep envisioning greater possibilities for yourself. Keep accepting your own kind of weirdness. Yeah. Sometimes you feel like the thoughts or ideas you have are wrong, or you feel like it's too weird or it wouldn't be accepted. So it's like trying to accept your own weirdness a little bit. Because there is some sort of vision that comes out of that is good. It's needed, not just for you, but I feel like it blesses the world for you to kind of follow, march to the beat of your own drum. But I feel like you doubt the beat of your own drum because it's different. This is just really about having greater self-acceptance and understanding that the more you accept yourself, the better, because there's some vision. And when I say vision, I'm not talking about like a prophecy. I'm talking about in your imagination, there's something that you see for yourself. but you're kind of holding yourself back because you're thinking, well, maybe other people won't accept this. It's too weird or something like that. Yeah, you're holding back, but there's something that you have to do or offer the world. Your guides are just saying, don't hold yourself back. I also think don't keep this in your living room. This is something that needs to be brought into the public in some way. You know, don't keep these thoughts just in your mind or just in your living room. Any final thoughts for Gabriella? Yeah, I think sometimes you feel very alone. You doubt that there are other people out there like you, or you doubt that people would accept you or something like that. And when I'm saying the word weird a lot, I also don't want you to take that as a judgment. Weird is good. And, you know, that's what your guides are saying, like something that you think is too weird for other people to accept. Actually, this is where your power lies, you know, and the more you accept that, the more you'll be in touch with that internal power that you have. Other people's opinions might be having too much power over you. I hope that makes sense, Gabriella. I thought that was a good reading. That's a good message, actually, for all of us. Lauren, I was wrapping it up, but if you have a question, I will answer it, and then that will be my last one. I love being weird. Well, good. I don't know. So your guides are just telling you, keep it up. Keep being weird, and keep being unconventional. There's some sort of vision that comes out of that you need to share with the world. Share your weird, unconventional visions with the world. Implement them in the world. Oh, thanks, Lauren. You gave me a tip as well. I am conflicted about my career life purpose. I wish to be a spiritual online entrepreneur and social justice activist, but I also feel pressured to continue education. And continue to take a more, I'm going to fill in the blanks, and you're probably saying take a more conventional path or like a more professional path. Oh, okay. Conflicted about career life purpose. Okay, so what do Lawrence, let's get in touch with your guides here. I can relate, first of all, I can relate very much to what you're saying for myself. You're welcome, Gabriella. Thank you so much. All right. Okay. The first thing they're saying here, Lauren, is you don't have to walk away from anything. So I feel like they're saying basically it doesn't have to be one or the other. So if you feel like you have to give up the continued education, you don't. You don't have to give up anything that, whatever it is that you find valuable, you don't have to give up any of it. It's not like you have to sacrifice one of these areas in order to pursue the other area. But they do want to ask you, what are you most passionate about? What are you most gung-ho about? Because, you know, you don't have to give anything up, but whatever you're most passionate about, that is the area where there's the most potential here to really make progress. So do pay attention to what feels most passionate to you. And don't worry so much about what other people think or what other people are doing with their lives. You know, what's right, what's correct for another person is not necessarily going to be what's correct for you. So, yeah, you don't have to live out the life that other people are living. Follow your passions. It's also sort of like you're not alone. Maybe there's a part of you that feels alone. You feel alone because maybe you feel like there are other people, friends or family, that are choosing a different path than you are, or that what your passion wants you to follow. And that makes you feel alone. Again, it's just like back to trusting your passions. If you feel passionately about something, then that's a path that you need to follow. Let me see here. Oracle cards. You wish to be a spiritual online entrepreneur. If it involves oracle cards or any kind of divination, then this is a confirmation. If you feel passionately about that, then your guides are saying you're very supported in following that passion. Speaker. Yeah, you're meant to be communicating. Yeah, or okay, like that's your confirmation. If that's what you wanted to do, that's your confirmation. And obviously it involves you speaking and communicating what it is you're seeing in the cards. And then we get environmentalist. So you were saying something about also social justice activist. Maybe this relates to environmental concerns. So if so, that is a confirmation as well. And writing. You guys are like, I'm picking up some of the same cards for different people here. Speaker and writer came up earlier. But yeah, you're definitely meant to be speaking and writing. I think both of these things that you were talking about, the activism and also the being a spiritual entrepreneur, you're definitely encouraged to follow both of those paths. Absolutely. Let me get... So this is an Archangel Gabriel deck, and Archangel Gabriel is an angel who can especially help us with communication, delivering messages, communicating, blowing that trumpet. So what does Archangel Gabriel have to say? Helping children. I feel like, you talk about social justice activism. We have this environmentalism card, but also helping children. It says part of your life purpose involves teaching, guiding, and helping young people. So maybe that's related to the social justice activism, or maybe it's an aspect of activism that you haven't thought about, or even an aspect of your spiritual work that you haven't thought about. But yeah, being involved in something that it improves the lives of children and the environment. Of course, those both go together. If you're improving the environment, then you're going to be making the world a better place for children automatically. So yeah, maybe you haven't thought about it that way, about how the work that you do helps children. And finally, they're saying gratitude. You attract more blessings when you appreciate your current blessings. Let's pull one more card for you from this deck. Recognition. You and your accomplishments are receiving appreciation and honors. So I feel like, if you haven't already started getting involved in these things, then just know that you will be successful if you pursue these passions of yours, and that they will be recognized. Let's get you, what else do Lauren's guides have to say here? Yeah, it's just about planting the seed. Like if you feel like you're at the beginning of things, when you plant the seed, it takes time, patience, and you have to continue to nurture that seed so that it continues to grow. So if you feel like you're at the beginning of things, then that's okay. You're planting the seeds, and those seeds will bear fruit. Again, back to what I was picking up at the very beginning of this reading, you have multiple options available to you, and you don't have to just choose one option. You can be choosing multiple options. You can be doing all of the things that you're passionate about. You don't have to choose one and then just let everything else go. And then you have so much to offer as well. Like, what you have to offer is such a blessing to the world. I almost feel like they're saying to just be grateful for the talents that you have. Be grateful for the opportunity you have to be such a blessing as you pursue these passions, that you will be blessing other people's lives. And that is something in and of itself to be grateful for. And I think that people will really, I feel like people will really be touched by what you have to offer. It's like people feel like understood by you. People are going to feel understood, like they can tell that you have this sort of love and compassion. Yeah. And finally, the Magician, going back to that Ace of Pentacles, like, maybe you feel like you don't have a lot of resources to get started, but the Magician takes whatever resources they have and they can make something happen with it. So this is just a reminder that you have a greater ability to make these starts, to make something happen with these passions than you realize. You have a stronger ability than maybe you're giving yourself credit for, in a way. Any final thoughts for her? I think there's a lot of like different readings here kind of bleeding into each other, because these two cards came up together in one of the earlier readings. And I think it's a similar message. You might be, maybe you're afraid of how it will be received by other people when you choose these paths that you feel passionately about. Which I can relate to. Like, I just recently told my aunt who raised me that I do tarot readings for a living. She may have kind of known about it anyway, but like I'd never talked to her about it until recently. And I've been doing readings professionally since 2009. So it's just kind of like, some people might be sort of shocked to find out that you're doing these things. I'm not seeing anyone else chat. I don't know if I hope the live stream hasn't stuck, or maybe people are just being quiet. I don't know. Somebody say something so that I know that I'm not just talking to myself here. But yeah, some people probably will be sort of shocked by you choosing to pursue this path, because they may have not known that you were interested in these types of things. So your guides are just acknowledging the truth of that. Okay, thank you, guys. That, yes, if you're afraid that someone might be shocked about the fact that you are interested in these things, that's true. But it brings you happiness, and your happiness is just as important as anyone else's happiness. Yeah, just like go for it, girl. Just go for it. Don't be so concerned about those things. Yes, it's true. Some people will be shocked by you choosing these paths. Absolutely. Some people will be like, well, that came out of left field. I had no idea she was going to do that with her life. But just go for it. It brings you happiness. So go for it. Don't hold back from pursuing your own path of happiness. And the thing is, even the people who will be shocked, these people love you. And if they don't, who cares? But the people who love you will love you no matter what. Even if they don't understand it, I feel like they'll still love and support you, Yeah. I feel like especially maybe you need to know that your family will love and support you. So don't be too focused on, oh, they won't accept me. They won't accept this. again, you need to be willing to cross that bridge and recognize actually the people who really love you, they'll love and you support you following the path that you need to follow in your life. They really will. Oh, yeah. You're welcome, Lauren. I really hope that that was helpful. I want to thank all of you for showing up here today. Thank you to Miss M. You're always so helpful to me, and I hope you got my recent email as well, because you have a reading coming to you whenever you want to claim it. Also, let's see here. Lauren says, thank you for the clarity. I'm excited to get started reading Oracle and cards for others. Who cares what anyone else thinks? Yeah, exactly. It's hard not to care, but you have to ultimately do what's right for you. You're not hurting anybody by doing this. In fact, you are definitely going to be helping people because, like I said, there will be a lot of people who really feel seen and understood by what you have to offer. All right. So I think that's pretty much it for today, guys. I hope that I'll see you back here next week. And I should be having at least one pick a card reading coming out this week. I didn't put out a pick a card reading over the past week, just kind of focusing on myself. But I do have some recorded, and I look forward to sharing that with you guys as well. So thank you so much, and I'll see you later. Bye.